identifying the sum of first 8 natural numbers. So here it is a piece of code that is used to determine the sum of first n natural numbers. Simply defining a number and defining sum initially as 0, and by using this for loop we were going to determine the sum of first n natural numbers. So to understand this code better, I'm going to debug it at for loop area. So upon debugging this, we will be going to understand how the for loop is working and making the sum of all these numbers in a sequence. Let's debug this. So before that, you may got a doubt about what is sum plus is equals to I. It is simply like as sum is equals to sum plus I. It is in the sense this sum is the future sum. This future sum is equals to the present sum plus I. And thinking that you are getting the point. This is our future sum that is going to be varied after adding the present sum and the present I. Let's debug this. Here when we step into the for loop, firstly, we are going in a range of num plus 1. Num in the sense 6. 6 plus 1 is 7. 7 in the sense in for loop in Python programming. When we are going to set this range, our I will iterate from 0 to 6 steps, that is less than that of the range. So 0 comma 7 in the sense up to 6 it will be going to be iterated, right? Now I is equals to 0 initially, and sum is also initially 0. So we declared it as 0 initially here, and sum is 0 and I is 0. Sum is equals to sum plus I here. Therefore, it will be also equal to 0. Now I is equals to 1 and sum is also 0 here. So sum is equals to 0 plus 1, that will be equal to 1. So sum will be 1 right now. So like this the for loop will be going to be iterated. To understand it better, what I'm doing is I try to make it string concatenation and make you learn this thing better. Let me replace this code over here, and this code over here. So I did string concatenation to make you understand this code much better. So upon running this code, you will be going to identify how the terms are going to be uh, adjusted over here and calculated the sum of n natural number, right? So whenever I run this program, I got something printed over here in my console like this. So what it is explaining means, as I previously debugged this and shown you how the debugging is going to be happened within this for loop and how the values are going to be changed. Here it is when I is equals to 0, sum is will be equal to 0. Why? Because sum is initially set to be 0 here, and sum is equals to sum plus I. In the sense this future sum is equals to present sum plus present I. Therefore, this is equals to 0, this is equals to 0. 0 plus 0, future sum is equals to 0. Now, this future sum will become as present sum for next iteration of I. For I is equals to 1, this future sum will be the present sum over here. So, this I and sum now going to be calculated another future sum, that is sum is equals to sum plus I. So sum is 0 and I is 1. Therefore, future sum will be 0 plus 1, that is equals to 1. Now, for I is equals to 0, for I is equals to 2, this future sum will become the sum for this. Now I is equals to 2, sum is equals to 1, sum is equals to sum plus I, that will be equal to 3. And this future sum will become the present sum for iteration 3, and that will become sum is equals to sum plus I, and that becomes 6. As long as this process goes on up to I is equals to 6, up to the sixth iteration, this process will go upon like this, and our sum will become sum is equals to sum plus I, that is equals to 21. This future sum will be printed at the last of the for loop execution. So this is all about of understanding how this code works. It's a very simple program. I think we understood the program. Continue to my channel to learn the top 100 basic Python codes. This is what we get answer when we normally execute this piece of code. Thanking you all for watching this video till the end.